Oh man.
Let me just give my 2 cents on the biggest teen obstacle for me, just so that
Oh
I
yeah,
have
go
my
ahead.
little
Go
two
ahead.
cents on it,
Yeah.
and so I can sleep at night. Because I was excited to talk about it also because, and I don't want to dwell on this too much if it's too sort of boring of a topic for
No, no,
today,
no, that's fine.
because there's also a lot of other
You should have said that at the
newsworthy
beginning. You stupid.
things that we could talk about. But I'm with you on procrastination,
Oh,
but I also just sort of realized, and I'm still sort of sinking my teeth into this, as in literally this week, that I'm admitting to myself that I'm more of a perfectionist, and I know it doesn't look like it, like my room's a mess and all that.
yeah.
But the reason I realized that the reason why I'm procrastinating is that there's some sort of perfectionist tendencies hidden there somewhere.
How does that apply now? I'm a little I'm a little lost.
Right. Exactly. Me too. I was equally confused. But according to the literature that I'm still reading and are still trying to figure out, is that there's some kind of you might not be perfectionistic in terms of like you're actually making your room like really perfect. It's
Yeah.
just that the idea in your head, actually it's being overcritical.
That's what that is. It's not perfectionist. I think it's being overcritical or whatnot.
But the psychologytoday.com or something like that that's explaining it. I'm not sure where I actually got it. But so the therapist that wrote the article or YouTube video that I'm looking at is really, yeah, it's perfectionistic because of that critical voice. Yeah. And it's just an overarch sort of umbrella why they call it being perfectionistic, because there's like a critical factor. You have to be critical to be perfectionistic.
But why do you have to be so critical and perfectionist? Because first of all, we're never going to be a perfectionist. We'll never be a perfectionist or a perfect person.
Right. That's why people go to therapy and discuss this whole thing with their therapists. Because there's that logic. There's that logic about it. We can talk about it, and we all have this bro science. But somewhere there's something lurking, and thinking, "Oh yeah, but you could have done this better. You could have done it faster. You could have said that differently." There's always like some, and yes, but it's nice to have.
That's all you have to do is ask yourself those questions.
Right, but there's. And I'm not very eloquent on how to explain it, but it all ties up to, you can just do it later, because if you're not going to do it perfectly now, you might as well not do it. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. See, that's where you're right. That's where it ties down to. But if you think of it like, okay, if I don't do it now, how will I know if it's right or wrong?
Yeah. So there's that. But then there's also like, if it's not going to be perfect, might as well not do it.
Yeah, but that's a contradictory, because how will you know if it's perfect if you don't do it?
Of course, bro. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just explaining that's like the crap that's going on with my head. But exactly, it's like, just do it already. You can figure out, like fail forward fast. Right. Learn the mistake so that you can fix it and you can, course correct Yeah, but if that's not how you grew up, or you were always like, you don't know how to wash the dishes, let me do it. Go there and play with your GI Joes.
That's where see, like I said before, I was so bad with my procrastination, right? But my wife actually, she didn't really tell me you got to do this now, that. It's because she's around, as well as the kids, that basically showed me that shit, I can't really wait for these things. It needs to be done, or I got to do this, I got to do that. And that's basically how I learned in that.
That's another thing you got to be thankful for your wife.
No, I think that's enough. I mean, her head's